Hey guys, welcome back to HighAngleHunter. My name's Clay. We're working on the pack component of the gear chain. We're going to dig into how to pick the right pack for your specific needs. And to do that, we're not going to talk about the bags first. We're going to talk about the harnessing and the frame. If a pack doesn't have the right harness and the right frame, scratch it off your list. It won't perform nearly as well as it could. Now, packs are enshrouded in a level of bullshit that's really hard to fathom. Almost everybody who makes a pack for hunting says that it'll carry more weight than you can. But if you're reasonably fit and you want it bad enough, you'd be surprised at how much weight you can really carry. But it really ties into how well this system works. The primary pieces that are going to drive that pack selection and that are going to make a pack worth using are the yoke, the hip belt, and the frame. The pieces that we're looking for can be a little bit counterintuitive. What we like and what we found to carry a load the best is a fairly rigid harness. We want this yoke material and the shoulder harness to be kind of dense, and we really like when there's a sheet good sewn inside that harness. The reason being is that the sheet good helps to force the padding to conform around your body. If you have too much padding, they tend to want to slide around and they turn into a hot mess really quick, and they get really frustrating. When we've got that sheet good in there, we can force it to conform, and it does what we want it to do. The other thing that we really like is a rigid or a semi-rigid yoke. Now, the yoke that's used in the Mystery Ranch Guide-Like frame is patented because they build their Velcro breaker in that actually lets us adjust torso length into the yoke. What it does, as you pull on your load lifters, the yoke here in the middle that sits right between your shoulder blades wants to fold up. If you get too carried away with it, you break contact with your upper back. When we do that, you can take 10 or 15% of the load-bearing componentry off of your body, which forces the rest of your body to carry the rest of that load. So you can dramatically influence how much load any given portion of your body carries by getting this fitment right and making sure that we can guarantee contact throughout. When we look at the hip belt, same thing. We have a sheet good sewn in this particular setup. Again, it's a dense material, so the sheet good helps it to conform around the iliac crest. The iliac crest is really important because it's the one portion at the top of your pelvic girdle that really holds weight because of its shape. It's the most topography that you can find in your lower body that also doesn't influence your leg movement. When we take that hip belt and we can encapsulate the iliac crest, the pack stays in that spot. A lot of guys end up wearing their pack too low where they get down around their hips where their pants would normally ride. The challenge with that is as you cinch that hip belt up to keep it from sliding down, you put in a little bit of additional tension at the top of your hip flexor, which makes walking significantly harder. When you're carrying a pack, if you find like every step being really hard to make, it's because your pack's probably too low or your pants are too low. The other component on your hip belt is how we can get it to basically be an inverted funnel. We want it to slope at an angle opposing our hips so that it actually gets there and stays there. Mystery Ranch uses an angle component here that's half on the frame and half on the hip belt. That combination forces that hip belt into the right position. There are a couple other ways that are used. You've got heat molding. Some other guys use two straps right here which help to encapsulate it. Almost everybody that has a good method for attaching onto the iliac crest has it patented because it drives how well the pack works. The connection in between our harnessing and our pack also can make a big difference. First and foremost is our load lifters. This piece runs from basically the front of the clavicles up to the top of your load-bearing componentry. If you don't have good load lifter angles or pack geometry, it influences your ability to get that load over your body. And it also helps to increase the frame's rigidity. I like to be between 30 and 45 degrees here. It seems like that's the happy place where you get good mechanical advantage. It helps to draw that weight over your body and engage that frame system. We also need this setup to be torso adjustable. If somebody tells you that to make a pack fit right, all you got to do is pull those shoulder straps, skip it. Reason being, if you take a backpack that's a set size and then you pull that shoulder strap and you run out of room, you have a big loss in your ability to adjust where that load rides over the course of the day. If it's too short, you end up with an abrasion right there at the edge of your armpit on the side of your pectorals. That sucks too. You want this to be torso adjustable so that we can get that shoulder harness buckle to terminate in between the armpit and the pack's connection at the bottom. When we do that, it gives us all the adjustment that we need and plenty of comfort without causing an abrasion. When we look into the frame component, there are two primary things that we need it to do. Number one is we want it to be vertically rigid. When a pack is rigid in this direction, it carries a load quite well and it transfers it really well to your harnessing. The other thing that we like is a frame that has a lot of horizontal twist. By twisting this way, the pack moves. Once we get all of this stuff picked out, now we can start looking at which pack bag is right for your needs. There are some general guidelines for pack volume. You can find them all over the place, but there are a few things you should know about them. Number one, if you're using stuff from a backpacking specific website, remember that as just a backpacker, you probably don't have a rifle or a bow, a spotting scope, a tripod, a pair of 15s, a second pair of binoculars in some cases, and you're also a little bit more likely to be dealing with better environments when you're just a regular summertime backpacker. When you start hunting into the fall, especially getting into the backcountry, your body needs more calories. So you've got at least the potential to carry more food. You're going to have more optics, you're going to have a weapon. So the pack capacity that you need is going to be a little bit different. You may also need a different insulation layer, a warmer sleeping bag, and a warmer sleeping pad. Your size alone influences that, especially when you start getting into multi-day trips. If you're 6'6", 280 pounds, you need a fairly big backpack just to carry your insulation layer, your shell, and the amount of food it takes to fuel your big body. If you're a little guy, on the other hand, you can run in a smaller bag. Understanding your specific needs and your specific gear should drive how big a pack bag you actually need. How you hunt, when you hunt, where you hunt. If you have specific questions about figuring out your own pack fit, which pack you need, what works, feel free to reach out to us via the Facebook Messenger on our website at HighAngleHunter.com. You can email us from there as well, or you can call me directly at 928-440-5244. We really like helping guys sort out their packs. The right pack is going to make your days in the field more comfortable, and it makes carrying those heavy loads a lot easier. Thanks for your time. Good hunting.